The RTFT All-Star Racing League is on the air. Live from Miami Homestead Speedway. It's the Race of Champions 100. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We crown a champion tonight. Tony Trapasso up in the booth. Joined with me, as always, with my partners in crime, Mr. Kevin Paskowich and Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett. Gentlemen, how are you?
Well, you go ahead,
Sam. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm very excited for tonight. After the fireworks we had last week, we're finally here. Last race of the season, the big one as they call it. Yeah, I'm pumped for tonight. It's going to be one hell of a barnstormer.
Absolutely. You know, you mentioned last week's race at Phoenix. Ray Black Jr. coming home with the victory. However, moving on to the to tonight's finals, Mr. Garrett Maines, Mr. Francois Pelletier, Mr. Michael Jeans, and Mr. Ronnie Osmer. So, the 4 cars to keep an eye on tonight.
KP, how are you feeling tonight?
Good, guys. I've been away. Sorry, I've been away a couple of weeks. Been doing some truck racing, trying to get championship stuff squared away there. But glad to be back in the booth with you guys, and interested to see how this race is going to finish out.
All right. So while we are still under hot laps, let's bring tonight's finalists into the booth, starting with the 4th place seed coming in, Mr. Michael Jeans. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing good now. Trying to control myself from being a smart ass here.
Oh no, by all means. That's what we're here for. That's But you were able to survive the melee at Phoenix and get that. You finished just high enough where you could make it into the finals here tonight. What's your game plan tonight at Homestead Miami?
I don't know. I don't think I'm too far off here from what the other guys are running. So, got to keep Garrett Maines in my sights. And
easier said than done most nights, though.
I know, a little turd, but I get it.
All right. Michael, best of luck to you tonight, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in about 2 hours.
Cool, man. Anytime, I'm here. Appreciate what you guys doing for us.
Well, we appreciate being able to watch you guys do what you do on the track. So best of luck to you, and we'll see you after the race.
Good luck, Michael.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good luck,
Thanks,
Mike. Good luck.
Thanks.
User was moved out of your channel.
Let's see if we can find Junior here. And by Junior, I don't mean Junior. I mean the other Junior. As soon as I can, he's up he's up where he should be.
User was moved to your channel.
Joining us now, the young gunner of the playoff finalists, Mr. Ronnie Osmer, representing the mid-10 tonight. Ronnie, congratulations on making it to the finals.
Thank you very much. It's been a long, hard season. Fought through it the entire way.
Well, after that first round, you told me off air that you were kind of sweating bullets and being able to make it here to Homestead, and you were able to put together 2 back-to-back pretty decent runs, and were able to clinch that 3rd seed coming here into Homestead Miami.
Yeah, I got nervous because I didn't have the run I planned on having in Daytona. Came close to winning that race, so I'd get locked into Homestead, but got involved in a late wreck. But I powered through the next 2 races and strong runs and made it in.
Fair enough. So talk us through your game plan tonight, if you're willing to share that pre-race. Are you looking to just, typical Ronnie Osmer night, drive the wheels off it till you can't drive it anymore?
Real plan, get to the finish, and if it's a late race restart, make sure I'm ahead of the others, and try to stay off strategy with them.
You try to stay on strategy or off strategy?
Off strategy.
Off strategy. Okay. So interesting thing to keep an eye on. And to answer the question you asked me off air, Ronnie, yes, I do see you in a red car tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right. So best of luck to you, Ronnie, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in just over 2 hours.
Good luck,
All right,
Ronnie.
thank you guys.
Yep. Good luck, Ronnie.
User was moved out of your channel.
And now
Let's get the guy who's been
User
over
was
me.
moved
the
to your
the
channel.
the old man of the group of the playoff finalists.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
And I can say that because he's actually older than I am. Mr. Francois Pelletier joining us now in the booth. Frenchie, Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Yes, sir, I do. How are you this evening?
Living the dream. Living the dream. How are you doing is the big question.
Pretty good. You know, I'm excited about this evening. Two reasons. One, I'm looking to get it over with, so the anticipation of me hopefully winning the championship is over. And, you know, just trying to survive right now.
Well,
looking forward to my team helping me tonight.
well, you mentioned the championship being over and hopefully you're winning. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this would be your second consecutive RTFT All-Star Pro Series championship, would it not?
That's correct. So I'm looking forward to it. I did win the championship in the trucks the first year and Xfinity the second year, so I'm hoping to repeat with this one and move on to next season.
So this would be your third straight then?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. So is there any strategy other than working with your team or the rest of your team that you would care to share with us tonight?
Yeah, part of it is I'm banking on a couple of mistakes from a couple of young people. You know, this is a long race. There is no stages. So I'm banking on the fact that they overdrive their cars, making simple mistakes, and I'll capitalize.
Okay, so that's news to us up here in the broadcast booth. There are no stages tonight, so that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. But now, just out of curiosity, what is a fuel run looking like in these cars tonight?
That I was just in the middle of testing that when you got me out, and so I don't
Fair
know.
enough. Fair enough. Sorry about that, Frenchie.
Okay. That's
But
okay.
best of luck to you tonight, and we'll be talking to you when this thing finishes, and hopefully you'll have something to celebrate about.
Excellent. Thank you, guys, and thanks for all your help and work this year and this season, and it's been fun, and looking forward to the next one.
Yes, sir. So are we.
All right. Bye.
All right. Good luck, French.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
User was moved out of your channel.
And if I can find where they moved him to, there he is, up in Garage 2.
User was moved to your channel.
And the guy who has been leading a ton of these events and has always been the guy to watch since we've started broadcasting the RTFT All-Star League races, Mr. Garrett Maines joining us now, coming into tonight's finals as the #1 seed. Garrett, you have us here.
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
Well, you've had a great playoff run going. You've been the #1 seed basically since the playoffs have started. Is there, what's your feelings coming into Homestead Miami tonight?
I'm hoping it doesn't get dramatic. I'm hoping I can just run my race like a normal week. Nothing gets too crazy. I jumped in the race last night just to run a couple laps. Pretty much a start and park to see where I was at. Felt pretty comfortable with it, so just hoping to have a good night here.
All right. So, what's your feeling on tonight having no official competition caution segments happening?
I think it's going to change the pit strategy of a lot of drivers. It's going to change the way people are driving overall. But I think it's going to make it more like a typical fixed race.
Well, have you figured out what a fuel run's going to look like in these cars yet?
That's a great idea. I probably should do that. But
You're welcome.
exactly.
Although you only have about 40 seconds to figure it out.
I was going to say it's a bit late in the session now for him to try that.
Now we have noticed a lot of guys tagging the pit in barriers. Are they making you guys use the access cone when you hot pit, or the access road? I mean.
I do not know. I have not been listening to radio communications for the majority of the night. That's probably a good thing for me to ask before I can, get into the race. But I have no issue with them using the access road. I'm used to that. That's how it typically is here. So I think it makes you have to lower the car down more too. So.
All right. Well, Garrett, we'll let you get back to it as qualifying getting ready to get underway. Best of luck to you, and we'll move you back up into garage 2.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right. So we've heard from all 4 finalists tonight as hot laps are now officially over. Cars starting to make their way out on the track for the qualifying session. Gentlemen, this is going to get interesting.
It really is. I mean, looking at the practice speeds right now, I mean, it looks like your top 2 separated by 1,000th of a second, or 1,000th of a second.
And one of the names that was sitting up there at the top of the leaderboard during practice is a name we haven't seen a ton of this year, but it always been impressive when Melissa Liguri has been in the segments.
Right, very true. I mean, I've raced against her a couple times here, and she's pretty good. She has some really bad luck, it seems, from time to time, but has been very impressive when she's been on track.
And if I'm not mistaken, KP, Melissa is also repping your and my home state of New York, so kind of pulling for Melissa to do well tonight as well.
Yeah, I always gotta root for somebody from New York. I'm actually looking, according to her, at least the club, she's from Florida.
I stand corrected then. I was thinking Lisa is from New York. You're right.
No worries.
But
still,
speaking of Team New York, Mr. Cody Eldred is, I believe, out in Vegas this week, so he is going to leave the Old School's Motorsports teammate, Mr. Sean Dewar, high and dry tonight.
Well, Sean's already disconnected, so he's not taking part in this race tonight.
So qualifying happening right now. Justin Lisenby going to the top of the leaderboard with a 30.648 already. Melissa Liguri, Dustin Dean, Ronnie Osmer rounding out your top 4. His teammate Robert Hill Jr. now sitting 5th quick. So
Justin Lisenby, that's another name we've not heard from him for a while.
Yeah, Justin's taken quite a few weeks off, so it's good to see him back here at the season finale at Homestead Miami. As again, more times Frenchie going 3rd quick, popping one off.
I'm gonna say I don't think anyone's got anything for Justin. If it's anyone at all, it's gonna be Garrett Maines. But that's a fast lap. I mean, he took it down 2 clicks faster than what he ran in practice, guys.
True story. Melissa Liguri put up a 30.7 in hot laps, and that was probably draft aided as well. They're able to go 36.7 in qualifying is a feat in itself. And then Justin Lisenby cranks off a 30.6, call it 30.65, and just right now the class of the field by as Michael Jeans pops one off as well. Good grief! Still 69 thousandths to the good though. Lisenby sitting on the pole.
I'm very surprised that Garrett Maines hasn't put a time in yet. He usually is up there in the qualifying standings, but he's not put a time in yet, which is shocking.
Well, he might possibly be playing the game, as they say, and trying to burn off as much fuel as he can before he actually blisters a lap.
And we do have 2 pros in the field tonight. We've got Garrett Smithley joining us tonight as well for this race.
I did see that. So Smithley and Ray Black Jr., who we saw win 2 of the previous round chases, actually stealing 2 wins in the previous round of the playoffs here at Daytona and again at Phoenix.
Yeah, last week was in acrimonious circumstances. As literally the whole field, and I say that literally, guys, and people at home, The whole field wrecked across the line, and me and Tony were literally dumbfounded as to what happened last week.
Okay, so now for those of you who don't speak British, acrimonious means it was a holy shit moment.
Yeah. Very much so.
So you guys are telling me I missed something fun last week.
Oh, go watch the replay of the final, the coming to the checker, and you'll see the melee that took place. Three cars went across the finish line backwards.
Let me stop you there, guys. Garrett Maines just stole the pole from Justin Lisenby.
Holy Christmas! Almost into the fives.
That is a lap. Holy cow.
I told you he was probably trying to blister one, and there we go. Maine's unofficial track record.
Okay, everyone's starting to grid up. KP, shall we do our usual roll call for the grid?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, on row 1, we have got Garrett Maines and Justin Lisenby. Garrett Maines posting a pole time of 30.609, which is haul in the mail. Oh, my goodness. Michael Jeans is on the second row alongside Melissa Liguri. Row 3 will go to Francois Pelletier and Dustin Dean. Row 4 will go to one of our pro drivers, Garrett Smithley, and our other chase driver, Ronnie Osmer. Row 5 will go to Jonathan Medeiros and Robert Hill Jr. Take it away, KP.
All right, Dustin Bing's going to roll off 11th tonight, and then Brent Cool is going to go 12th. Andy DeLay in the 25 car is your 13th place, followed by our other pro in the field, Ray Black Jr. The 07 is going to roll 14th. Then Butch Frazier in the 555 is going to go off 15th. He is the last car to take time. 16th will be Zach Brew. Logan S. Lane will be 17th. 18th will be Sean Dower. And I believe that rounds out our field.
We have David Bigger further down the field. One bit of news about Logan Lane and Sean Dower, they won't be taking part in tonight's race. They have both disconnected, so that's unfortunate to see that. But
all right, well, so it looks like a field of 17 cars here at the mile-and-a-half Homestead Miami Speedway.
So what I'm most impressed with, if you take a look at that inside starting line, you have Maines, Jeans, and Pelletier starting 1st, 3rd, and 5th. And Osmer is within eyeshot of the three of them. You see the red car with the flames on it on screen right now. That is Osmer's new paint scheme for tonight. He's rocking the red. So,
yeah, it's a very, very pretty paint scheme, I will admit.
So, pace car getting ready to roll off here. 100 laps of scheduled distance. And we received word earlier that there are no segments tonight.
And that should be interesting to see. I mean, we've gone the whole season, even with the road courses, with segments, and they've been very interesting. So this should kind of throw another spanner in the works with no segments and people having to run longer tonight.
This is true, and from what we've been told, once we found out there were segments, these guys forgot to find out how long a fuel run's going to be. And I just noticed something. Does anybody see the paint scheme on Dustin Ping's car?
I don't, actually.
I like it. I like that. Yeah. That's
it's exactly the same paint scheme as Butch Frazier.
No. It's not identical. Butch is running the old school paint scheme. Dustin's running the one, I believe, Chase is supposed to be running that scheme at Homestead. And here we go. As they start to crank it loose, Garrett Maines not getting the jump he was looking for.
Yeah, with Justin Lisenby, he's not going to have it so easy as he has in the past races. Dustin Dean is very, very close to Frenchie and Melissa Liguri, almost taking a 3 wide just there.
They are 3 wide.
Wow, there goes the 18 on the bottom side. Frenchie, the meat and the sandwich, and he gets the clear. Well done.
Just bombed it in there. Liguri has nowhere to go. Slid up, lifted to try to stay off the wall. Liguri just punted him. We stayed green, though.
Oh, man, and Frenchie just sliding back through the field. Doesn't look like he's got any damage on the car. At least nothing major, but man, he lost a ton of spots there.
Well, he was just trying to get it reeled back in. It looks like he does have some cosmetic surgery needed on that back bumper, but
championship implications on lap 2 already.
Oh, very much so.
French are getting loose as well. Oh god.
Yeah, this track, guys. I mean, I don't know if any of you took practice laps or anything in this at this track, but this place is slick.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt, KP, but we just watched Frenchie go by our turn 2 camera, and the right rear quarter panel is caved in on the Gold Cube number 19.
All right, so there you go. He's got a, I guess, do we call it a Miami stripe?
Well, it's definitely going to cause that car to have some different feel aero-wise. Meanwhile, up in front, Garrett Maines still leading, Justin Lisenby sitting in second, keeping him honest, and Michael Jeans just biding his time. And there is definitely no love lost between the 1 and the 31. As we've seen earlier in the season, those two have fought like, what's the politically correct way to put this? Hatfields and McCoys. There we go.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Good to see we're back on form tonight.
Again, I was trying to be politically correct about it. I really didn't want to make the other reference I was thinking in my mind, which I texted the two of you.
Yeah.
I should check that. All right. Well, I'm impressed so far, guys. I mean, we've got it kind of strung out right now here in the early running. Everyone's minding their manners, and we've got some decent racing going on.
Very much so. So see Lisenby go to the inside of Maines, going into the 3-4 complex, side by side, and Maines keeping it wound up way on the high side. It's a drag race to the finish line. Give that lap to Lisenby by 11 thousandths of a second. Good grief.
Garrett Maines is not having it all his own way tonight, and he's got Michael Jeans right behind him. That's a championship race right there. But yeah, Justin Lisenby really giving Garrett Maines a run for his money tonight.
Well, if you look at Michael Jean sitting in third place, he's got no pressure around him. He's far enough back that if things happen, he can react. And Garrett Smithley is kind of just biding his time right now, about 0.3 of a second, now 0.4 of a second off of Jean. So no real pressure for the 08, whereas Garrett Maines has got to be, wondering what he's got to do to get the lead back from Lisenby.
Well, it just goes back to that old saying, bad things can happen, and they usually do. And hopefully they don't happen to Garrett Maines tonight, because that would be a horrible way to end his championship run.
Right, I mean, you want to end your championship run even if you... Whoa, what happened there?
Michael Jean's pushing up wide, nearly hitting the wall.
I think he just overdrove turn 1. So we've got Maines sitting in second, Jean sitting in third, Ronnie Osmer is the next highest chaser, currently sitting in sixth, about 1.5 seconds off of Garrett Smithley. You see Dustin Ping behind him. And then we go back to Francois Pelletier, who is currently mired in 13th, running side by side with Brett Kuhl.
And Liguri was just in the wall then. I don't know if you noticed that, Tony. Liguri pancaking the outside wall in turn 1, I think it was. Or turn 4, one of the two.
And the Exalta number 24 definitely looking worse for wear on the right side as she's trying to reel in Butch Frazier again.
And I'm really surprised, guys. There's a couple drivers here who are making that, excuse me, making that inside work. I'm watching Frenchie, and he's actually making up ground on the inside right now.
Well, through 1 and 2, you can do it, because that's not the end of the track that usually sees a lot of sunlight. So you can, but 3-4, where they are right now, as he goes by Ray Black Jr. on the low side. That's actually surprising that this, 12 laps in, he's able to get that to work. And now sets his sights on Robert Hill Jr. directly in front of him.
Right. I mean, I'm impressed. That's, the inside line here, not one that you generally see run that well, especially after you've worn a little bit of that good off your tires. But I think Frenchie's making it work right now.
He is, and he's steadily climbing his way back up towards the front. So I'm thinking he's probably going to be on the same idea in his mind right now that Ronnie Osmer was, of getting on a different pit strategy from the other 4 playoff finalists.
Oh, Ray Black Jr. nearly getting into the wall just then, having to let a position by just as that happened.
There's no nearly about it. You look at the right front fender of that car, and it has seen better days. And it looks like Robert Hill Jr. is in the same boat as the right front fender on that car, has a crinkle in it as well.
Yeah, now Zach Brewer is all over the back of Ray Black Jr. Very pretty car he's got this week.
I'm watching these cars around the track, guys, and I think just about everyone's starting to slide up into that wall just a tick if they decide to run that high line. I think the track's getting a little slick out there.
Which car are you talking about that is a sharp-looking car this week?
Zach Brew.
Yeah, we're watching the Monster Energy number 5 or 05 of Zach Brew right now on screen. And speaking of Monster Energy, congratulations need to go out to Miss Brittany Force for yesterday winning the Top Fuel, the NHRA Top Fuel Championship at Pomona. So congratulations to Brittany for winning what hopefully is only her first Top Fuel Championship.
Awesome job, well done.
I'm gonna say if you're gonna be successful in the world of drag racing, starting with the last name Force is a really good leg up on your competition.
Well, there's really 2 names that come to mind as far as, if you have the last name of it, you're probably not going to have too much of a problem. There are 3 names, actually. One is Force, one is Schumacher, and the other one is Allen.
Yeah.
True story.
Sounds about right.
And
I was also thinking of Andretti and Earnhardt, but yeah, that's
wrong form of motorsport, my friend. And I do stand corrected. It's not Allen, it's Johnson. As Ronnie Osmer tags the wall.
Oh no.
Speaking of people that have hit the wall, Frenchie's starting to make his way back up to the field, so I'm guessing he's shaking off his earlier problem.
Well, Garrett Smithley looked like he might have had some problems there. I think that car's out of gas. Oh, no, he's just pitting. He's hot pitting. 18 laps in, Garrett Smithley going for a stop. He's gone.
No, he's back. He's back.
Garrett Smithley?
Yeah, he's back on pit road. I can see him.
He just left.
Yep, he's about to disconnect.
Out of the car.
Yeah, he said, "Thanks for the laps. Too tight for me. Y'all have fun." So he's parking it intentionally. So he's done for the night.
So meanwhile, back up front, Garrett Maines has gotten back by Justin Lisenby. And again, Michael Jeans has got to be just licking his chops right now, knowing that these two are just running the wheels off this car. And,
guys, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Tony, but Frenchie has passed Ronnie Osmer. He's back in that second spot in the championship chase.
Third,
my bad.
And it's just the tail end of that quarter panel that's just crinkled in. So it doesn't look like that's affecting the Gold Cube 19 as much as we originally thought it was going to. Apparently Frenchie was just taking a lap to feel out the car, and now he's back honking on it and back driving the wheels off of it. But,
right back into the wall. Manages to save it. What a unfortunate thing to happen there, and he's got Zach Brew all over his back end again.
And that right side of that Scuba Life 07 is pancaked badly now.
Yeah, he's going to have to get that fixed at some point tonight. Andy DeLay doing a good job of holding off Butch Frazier so far.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but these cars run half a fuel tank?
3/4.
3/4, all right. So my guess is then, looking up some quick stats, is that they can run between 60 and 70 laps with a full tank. So my guess is we're looking at 45 to 50 laps, perhaps, under green flag.
KP's been doing his high-powered gazintas.
Now, I would like to remind you folks that the engineering major just didn't do the math. That was the drama major that did the math.
Yeah.
The engineering major just started asking drivers, and nobody gave him an answer.
Exactly.
In my defense, I do... My degree is in technical theater, if that helps.
So, technically it's like theater?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. When you go and see a show, if it weren't for my kind, you'd be staring at a dark room with a naked actor. Which is another type of theater.
You control the lights.
Okay, so dark room with a naked actor. So you got your degree so you could work at a strip club?
I didn't personally, but I know a few guys who did.
Fair enough.
Wow.
So meanwhile, we're watching the teammates Zach Brew and Ray Black Jr. just go side by side. Yeah, I would like to point out up towards the front of the field, Garrett Maines is starting to stretch his legs right now. He's in
the grass. Oh, saved it again. No.
Okay, so note to self, Ray Black Jr., would you like to join the Bofa Motorsports dirt track team? Remind me to ask him post-race.
Oh, we could definitely ask him.
But Garrett Maines starting to stretch his legs a little bit. I'm thinking Justin Lisby may have burned all of the goodie off of those Goodyear Eagles.
I'm guessing a lot of people are suffering the same problem because I'm seeing a lot of cars slide up towards that wall as they get later on into the tire stand.
And I'm real surprised with what Garrett Smithley said about the car being too tight for his liking, because as far as I know, they're running the baseline iRacing setup, which last I knew, those were borderline suicidal loose.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen that. I've seen it get loose already in this race. I mean, we were only 26 laps in, and I've seen Frenchie get loose. I've just seen Andy DeLay get a bit loose just then as well, so I can't understand how he thinks it can be too tight for racing.
Well, right now we're watching the battle for 4th through 7th as it's starting to heat up with Dustin Dean, Dustin Ping, Jonathan Medeiros, and Francois Pelletier making his presence felt now. As Ping goes to the inside of Dean and Medeiros going with him. So
there is a nice 5-car battle brewing further back in the field, but obviously it's got Butch Frazier, Ray Black Jr., Melissa Liguri, Andy DeLay, and Brent Cool back here.
We just watched the teammates work with each other as Robert Hill Jr. goes around his teammate Ronnie Osmer.
Yeah.
28 laps into this 100-lap event. Garrett Maines still showing the way. 2.5 seconds to the good over Justin Lisenby, making his return to the RTFT. Michael Jean starting to reel him in slowly but surely. So I'm thinking that early battle that Lisenby had with Maines definitely burned the tires off of the 31 tonight.
Ray Black Jr. hits the wall again. His car looks terrible right now.
So, guys, I did some more high-powered Gazuntas, and...
That's math for those of you who don't speak redneck.
And I believe that we will be seeing fuel pit stops between lap 47 and 54 in these cars.
Okay, so right around the halfway mark. Oh!
Yeah, pretty close. Oh!
Ray Black Jr.'s in the wall, and yeah, that one caught him out.
What on earth happened there? Let's see what the chopper picked up. It helps if I go back far enough, doesn't it? So we're gonna back that up just a tick more, as that's Black eating the wall. Here they are going through the 3-4 complex. Brent Cool on the low side, Black on the high side. Black comes down just a little off the corner. Looks like he had to chase it off the corner and went down into Cool and then just ate the wall. Good grief. Let's go to the helmet cam and see what Ray's hands were doing on that one. Here they are going into 3, and just watch Ray's hands here as they go through the 3-4 complex, feathering the throttle, picks it up. Looks like he was trying to just late apex the corner, and unfortunately for him, Brett Cool was already there.
Everybody taking the pit side.
Yeah, everybody on pit road. This should be fun.
And Ray Black Jr. having a tow, so that's going to be a tough night for the Scuba Life 07 team. As,
I followed him.
Yeah, he made it under his own power.
Okay, he did make it under his own power. So everybody on pit road now.
Oh no! Justin and Garrett Maines both overshot their pit boxes.
I see that. And Robert Hill Jr. Just drove down pit lane and didn't stop.
Garrett Maines still winning the race off pit road, though.
Yeah, I think Robert Hill Jr. guys, I think he might have gotten confused and just missed his popsicle man.
Which is not the first time that's happened. I've actually done that myself in Indy cars.
Yeah, me too.
Heck, I think I did that last week in the Indy cars.
Well, I did it during the season 1 playoff races for the Indy cars that I was in contention for, because every week I changed my paint scheme and forgot what color I changed my popsicle stick to. So yeah, I kind of goofed. I goofed there.
Guys, Justin Lisenby has just retired his car.
Oh no.
He says his team is forcing him to run A open, so he's got to leave.
Well then, that's unfortunate for him. Looks like Garrett Maines winning the battle off pit road. Jonathan Madero's coming out in second. Francois Pelletier in third. Dustin Ping, Ronnie Osmer running out your top 5. Melissa Liguri coming out in 6th. Butch Frazier in 7th. Brent Cool, Andy DeLay, Dustin Dean, Zach Brew, Michael Jeans. Looks like he was pit farming there to try to get some damage repaired. So
yeah, people dropping out of this race tonight on their own, like for strange reasons tonight, and it's not.
And we had a short field to begin with.
Yeah,
with only 17 actually taking the green.
I mean, it's a shame because this is a big race, and yeah.
Well, I can kind of understand it with, coming into the finals like this. Nobody wants to be that guy, air quotes, if that makes any sense.
I've been that guy, and it's not pretty.
No, it's not fun at all.
I've been the guy caught by that guy.
So have I.
And it stinks.
So have I. I've been on both ends of that, and it's not fun either way. So lights are out on the pace cars. We go back 2 wide. Going to be interesting to see if anybody's got anything for Garrett Maines tonight, as I believe it looks like he's really enjoying this setup. And so if you're, Common Core math is working properly, KP, it looks like we have not yet seen the money stop.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, how many do you guys think that this sets it up? We're about 15 to 20 laps or so from them being able to make it on one more stop. when we hit that mark, do they pit then?
Well, they can make it on.
People short pit?
That's the thing. They can make it on fuel, but I'm looking at the pit times, and it looks like Robert Hill Jr. was the only one to only take 2 tires. So let's keep an eye on the 95 and see what happens only taking 2.
Well, Garrett Main's great jump there going into 1. That was one heck of a launch he got.
That may come back to bite him, though.
Well, you got Medeiros on the high side, Pelletier on the low side, Ronnie Osmer trying to play both halves against the middle, as he is now alongside of his playoff contender, Francois Pelletier, and meanwhile, Garrett Main's still a half second to the good.
I mean, right now, I'm wondering, you know, are Frenchie and Ronnie going to battle amongst themselves, or are they going to sort it out and try and run down Garrett? Because you know, they're gonna chew tires quick here.
Well, that's kind of what it looks like, is Frenchie was thinking better of it and just let Ronnie go on the high side. And it looks like Frenchie's trying to save tires as best he can. Running that low side and flirting with that little seam there that marks where the apron starts to try to loosen the car up a tick. That could be why Frenchie's running as low as he is, because you see where the white line is and you see where the asphalt changes color, right where Frenchie's left side tires were. That's actually a progressive form of the banking, and it can loosen the car up a little bit. So if it's too tight to your liking, you can run down there sometimes to try to get the car to rotate a little more.
Right.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I just wanted to say Robert Hill Jr. guys just got really loose off of turn 4.
Okay, so 2 tires was a bad idea.
I mean, I want to give him a shout out for saving it. I don't know many guys who could have saved it. He had that thing full on door facing turn 1, but nobody hit him, and he collected it up.
He's been taking tips off his phenomenal Evolution family.
True story. Which reminds me of the first time that when I was working for a USAR Hooters Pro Cup team, as we're watching Dustin Ping in the Hooters number 9 battle it out with Frenchie. We were at a Hooters Pro Cup race at Lake Erie Speedway, and I hate
that place.
Well, it's a love-hate relationship. But anyways, we decided that Danny, the driver who owned the car, said, "Don't worry, I'll nut and bolt everything." Okay, well, forgetting that he had his kids that night because his wife had to work late, the rest of us went home thinking Danny was going to, just double check everything under the car. So when we unloaded, we could just go right into practice. And all through the hot lap sessions, Danny's going, "This thing's tight, it's tight, it's tight." It's like from the center off. So we're doing everything we can to loosen the car up. I climb under the car just before we roll out, for qualifying, and I noticed that there's a nut missing on one of the U-bolts holding the right rear truck arm to the rear axle. So put that back on, tighten it down, and what we found out had been happening was because the right rear truck arm U-bolt was loose, the rear axle was walking backwards of how a pavement late model would walk, where normally the left side tire would move forward. This time the right side tire was moving forward, and it was just tightening the car up to the point where it was almost undrivable. And so we fixed it, sent Danny out for... We'd actually put 3 spacers in the right rear spring because we didn't have a spring rate high enough to loosen the car up anymore. And Danny goes out for qualifying, goes into turn 1, he's in the middle of turn 1 and 2, aimed at the start-finish line.
Oh, as Medeiros gets slightly loose coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, that's... you talk about Robert Hill Jr. getting one sideways. It's the second most sideways I've ever heard of a stock car being on a paved track.
Yeah. It's easy to do at Lake Erie, though. That is one tight little crusty half mile. Actually, it's
crusty.
That's mile.
Crusty. That's a good way to put that. I like that. as we're watching Melissa Liguri and Dustin Ping battle it out for 5th right now.
Yeah, this field is very spread out right now.
I think these guys are just settling in. I mean, it's, you know, we're coming up. If you want a short pit, your time may be now, as we're getting close to that money stop, according to my calculations.
And for those of you who are into academia right now, KP, Sam, and myself all went through school prior to Common Core Math being mandated, so you can pretty much bet that he's going to be at least close on what he was saying for fuel. But the question is, they can make it that far on fuel, how far can they make it on tires before those completely give up the ghost?
Yeah, 'cause this track can completely eat your tires if you're not careful.
True story.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the tires are going to go before the fuel runs out, unfortunately.
So we're looking at more than one pit stop if we're going on tire strategy.
Good possibility.
No, I think you'll lose too much time having to get on pit road. I think you're going to lose just too much time, and it's got to be one stop, and it's got to be a good stop.
Andy DeLay and Ray Black Jr. banged doors going through the 1-2 complex. I don't think DeLay. I don't think DeLay knew that Black was coming with that much of a head of steam.
And there's a nice little battle brewing between two chase contenders as Ronnie Osmo runs wide, nearly hits the wall. Frenchie is right on his tail now.
And that is your battle for 3rd on track as well. As Frenchie bombs it down low, Osmer staying wound up high.
Yeah, and I think between that battle right now, I think Frenchie's going to get him. I think this was exactly what we saw the first part of this race. Frenchie's just laying back, letting everyone heat up those tires a little bit, and then it's going to be his turn to go.
And Osmer's into the wall. They're 3 wide through the 3-4 complex. And that's Melissa Liguri down low as well.
Yeah, as Garrett Maines is just walking away with this. He's extending that gap over Jonathan Medeiros very, very slowly, but he's slowly walking away from this.
And it looks like Melissa Liguri just going to try to get back in line as Dustin Ping dives to the inside of her.
And I tell you what, all of a sudden here, behind these guys, about a second and a half back of these guys, battle for the back half of that top 10 is really starting to heat up all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's turning out to be a very interesting race. Oh, my, yeah.
As Osmer brushes the safer barrier again, Liguri gets the clear this time.
Oh, and Ray Black's around again. He's hit Michael Jeans and Andy DeLay's in it. Oh, this is a big wreck. Ray Black Jr. again the cause of that incident.
I think he might have gotten turned, guys.
Looks like he did. If you watch, looks like Jeans may have gotten into the quarter panel. Let's see what the chopper picked up. You see Black is meeting the sandwich there, and he tries to go low coming off the corner. And poor Butch Frazier just has nowhere to go and just doors Ray Black Jr.
Yeah, and Andy DeLay got tagged as well while Ray Black Jr. was trying to recover the car. Well, while Ray Black Jr. was spinning, actually.
Well, here we are at half speed as they go into 1. Black feathering the throttle, trying to stay off of the 004 Brent Cool. And that allows Michael Jeans to get a real run on him. Now, mind you, Jeans was on the lead lap. Ray Black Jr. was a lap down at this point. And I don't think Ray realized Michael Jeans had that much of a run on him and just boom. And then just clips Andy DeLay. Looks like DeLay just a little bit of body damage on that one. I don't think it's too mechanical. But yeah, that was ugly.
David Bigger's staying out.
No, he didn't stay out. He only took 2.
Oh, wow. That's even more interesting.
Good grief. So, no. Bigger did stay out.
Huh. I thought I saw him on pit road. My bad.
I think he's going in now.
He is. He's using the access road, going down pit road this time, as Dustin Dean only took 2 in the 21. So Dean only taking 2, experimenting there. Garrett Maines looks like may have missed his pit stall again, as he's got a 17-second stop on that one. Madero's taking 4, Pelletier taking 4, Melissa Liguri taking 4. Looks like everybody took 4 this time except for Dustin Dean in the 21.
What amazes me is that twice now Garrett Maines has missed his pit stall and still has managed to get out ahead of everybody.
True story.
He's got one hell of a fast pit crew, if that's the case.
So I want to point this out, guys, or maybe I don't, I'm not sure, but at least fuel-wise, these drivers should be able to make it from here.
Fuel-wise, maybe. Tire-wise, doubtful.
Probably not. Yeah, very doubtful. I mean, like I said before, Homestead likes to eat tires. I mean, it's the same kind of pedigree as like Las Vegas or Atlanta. They love to eat tires, and yeah, I can't see these guys making it to the end on this set of tires.
Well, here's something I'd like to point out. The first caution came out around lap 30-ish. The second caution came out around lap 50. I know race control wasn't planning on having segments,
but we're going to get them anyway.
We just got them anyways. So
I think one of the league administrators, Ray Black Jr., wanted to instigate that because he's been involved in both cautions.
Well, that second one, he had a lot of help. As the lights go out on the pace car, and
Boy, guys, I don't know if I want to point this out or not, but
don't point it out.
3 of your chasers lined up on the outside for this restart, nose to tail.
Okay, so get your hate mail coming. That's Kevin Paskowich, P.O. Box OU812, Marietta, Ohio, P.O. Box 8675, 309.
And Michael Jean's sitting in the back of the field. I think he's been pit farming again because he's. I think
he
he's
has
just joined the pack after being in pit road.
He has. That's actually his 5th time down pit road, trying to not use his fast repair as early as he possibly could have. Oh, that was interesting. Is there three almost 4 wide? 3 wide for third right now. Melissa Liguri wisely backing out of it, but she's got Dustin Ping all over her backside. And 2 tires is apparently not the way to go tonight. As Dustin Ping is now finding out the hard way.
Wow, that was scary. How he kept that collected and everyone else behind him is crazy.
This is going to end badly. Is anybody cringing right now? Because I am.
I'm white knuckling the chair that I'm sitting in. It's that count?
3 wide for third again, and Ronnie Osborne's on the bottom.
Yeah, I was watching that. He just dove that thing. He went from wall to apron on the front stretch to try and make that pass.
Now,
Good
this is interesting.
grief.
Frenchie's up to second, and now it's up to him to chase down Garrett Maines as Dustin Dean is in the wall. Rayback Jr. is in the wall on the inside. No caution, though. He manages to keep it down there.
That's Robert Hill Jr. into the inside wall.
Yeah.
And that car has seen better days.
Yeah, but Dustin Dean proving that 2 tires do not work around here. He hit the outside wall just as Robert Hill Jr. hit the inside.
Well, Robert Hill Jr. that time took 4 because I think he learned the first time that 2 is definitely not the way to go. And Garrett Maines is steadily pulling away from second place, Francois Pelletier right now.
Yeah, I feel like Frenchie's driving style. He wants this race to go green from here. I think he might be one of the few drivers in this field who can save enough tire to make it that far.
I think you might be right. As we're watching the battle start to heat up behind him, Dustin Ping all over the backside of Frenchie right now goes to the inside. As they're side by side, Frenchie just gives him plenty of room, lets him go. Now uses the draft and goes to the inside going into 3.
See, the way these guys are battling, it's just giving Garrett Maines more of an advantage to get away from them.
A 1.5 seconds to the good Maines right now. As you see him way down track in that shot. And Frenchie steadily falling back into the clutches of Ronnie Osmer.
I'm just wondering, looking back to that restart, everybody on that restart was skating around like Bambi on Bambi's first time on a frozen lake. I mean, is this track slick with new tires or what? Like,
I think everyone else went to accelerate, and
they were trying to avoid.
Car, didn't go because he was on older tires, and they had to avoid him.
Melissa Liguri making an inside pass on Ronnie Osmer, who's got some damage still on that car, so he's not taken his fast repair yet.
And from the looks of it, neither is Frenchie, because that right rear quarter panel is still caved in on the gold cube number 19.
Oh, as Ronnie hits the wall again.
Looks like he caught the safer barrier going into the turn.
Yeah, I was watching. He was pushing Frenchie down the backstretch, guys, and I think he just didn't realize where he was and just clipped it.
Meanwhile, Garrett Maines almost 2 seconds to the good over your current second place driver, Dustin Ping. As you see Dustin in that shot. This is your battle for third, starting to heat back up with Ping. There's Medeiros in the 84, and Pelletier trying to deal with Melissa Liguri now. She's starting to reel in Frenchie.
As we got Garrett Maines getting ready to put a lap on Dustin Dean right now. Dustin Dean's race has gone from bad to worse.
I dare say you're right. So, note to all you up-and-coming drivers out there, with the stock iRacing setup in the Xfinity car, at least with these weather conditions here at Homestead Miami, 2 tires is not the way to go.
Really, unless you're at Daytona or Talladega, 2 tires is never the way to go in these cars.
Well, current track temperature is 104 degrees.
It looks to me like Ray Black Jr. has parked it, guys. He's not moved out of that pit road for over 12 laps.
And you are correct, sir. Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay, so I know there's no love lost between the 21 and the 1, but that almost ended poorly.
There's a difference between...
Dustin Dean's making a move. He's coming back at him.
He is coming back at him, and I don't know if he can catch him. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is!
Save it. He saved it. Great. Oh, no. Melissa Liguri tagged him. Oh, no.
Guys, there's a difference between being that guy that ruins the championship hopes for somebody and being that guy purposely wrecks somebody.
So here, now let's back this up to the previous lap. As you see, Garrett puts Dustin a lap down, and Garrett gets into the back bumper as they come out of turn number 4. And, Garrett gives him plenty of room, and then Dustin tries to get a run on him, tags him coming off of 2, and then bombs it into 3. I mean, this is shades of Denny Hamlin. The only difference is he screwed his own race up more than he screwed up Garrett's race, I fear. And boom, there goes the shot from Melissa Liguri. Everyone else in the chase doing a great job to avoid the spinning number 21.
Yeah, Dustin Dean immediately been given a black flag for that incident, so he's been penalised already. Great, good fast work there from league owner Taylor Burris.
So Garrett Maines still on pit road. Looks like just barely winning the battle off pit road. As we saw Ray Black Jr. finally get that car back running again. I'm thinking he may have pooed an engine. Dustin Ping coming out in second. Medeiros in third. Frenchie in fourth. Ronnie Osmer in fifth. Michael Jeans in sixth. So first, fourth, fifth, and sixth are your playoff finalists. As currently, anyways, was Jeans taking it back down pit road to do a little more pit farming.
As Ray Black Jr. is back out on track now.
Yep, we saw Ray come out on track. Unfortunately, Melissa Liguri looks like she had to tow.
No, she made it back.
And she's spending an awful long time on pit road.
I'm guessing she's trying to avoid taking a fast repair, unless she's used it already.
That's a possibility both ways.
I think she'd already used it, guys, because she had some damage on the right front from early in the race.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. And speaking of damage on the right front, if you take a look at the 09 of Dustin Ping, that hood is not sitting flush. So it looks like Ping may have gotten into something or someone earlier. You still see a little bit of bumper damage on the 19 of Frenchie. Ronnie Osmer's rear bumper tweaked. His right front fender tweaked, but not as tweaked, so he was doing a little bit of pit farming there as well.
Well, let me ask you this, guys. It looks like Garrett Maines gained some significant damage from that incident with Dustin Dean. What's that going to do for his speed on the restart? Because surely that's going to affect him.
No, he used his fast repair.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that could
come back to bite him later.
Yeah. Depending on how this restart goes, because I know Dustin Ping can be a bit feisty on the restart, so...
Well, it's good to see Dustin back running with this group, because we haven't seen him for a little bit here.
Yeah.
So it's this might be a barn burner, guys. This could be interesting. We thought Garrett Maines might be running away with it, but
oh no,
man,
it's going to take a lot to top last week's race. I'll give you that.
It is, and we're not quite there yet, but we're shades of looking towards that.
Yeah, very much so.
So I have to add, this is a whoever finishes highest, correct? There are no points accumulated.
Correct. So right now Maines has the championship right now. Frenchie currently sitting in second, Ronnie in third, and Michael Maines in fourth. Michael Jeans in fourth, sorry. So it's of those four drivers, whoever finishes highest wins it.
Green flag.
As Maines steps on it early this time, and
Dustin Ping caught sleeping as Pelletier goes to his inside.
I think Medeiros was caught sleeping too, guys. He just did not go in that restart.
And here we go. The battle for third really starting to heat up as Osmer bombs it into turn number 3.
Yeah, another coat of paint between Medeiros and Pelletier, and it could have ended so much badly.
Well, Osmer was there too, so let that one sink in for a second.
But it's business as usual for Garrett Maines. He's just streaking away from the field again.
Currently a half second to the good over Dustin Ping. Ping trying to reel him in.
Not making much ground up, though, because he's still battling with Frenchie.
Oh, Frenchie's now to the back bumper of Ping. Using that slipstream down the front straightaway. Dives it into turn number 1. They're side by side through the 1-2 complex. Frenchie probably feathering the throttle to stay off of Ping, knowing that it could end poorly if he were to get up into the number 9 tonight.
Yeah, I'm just watching Garrett Maines, guys. He is just so smooth around this track. And he's just, I mean, he's walking away at 2/10 of the lap right now.
And Medeiros bombs it in there to throw the block on Frenchie. Frenchie wanted to go low. Medeiros was already there with a run off of turn number 4. Here comes Ronnie Osmer with a run off of turn number 2.
This is getting chippy.
That's the polite way to put it.
Yeah.
Maine's currently a 2.25 seconds to the good over Dustin Ping, who's battling it out with Jonathan Medeiros for second. Medeiros slips high. Ping gets the runoff too. And here comes
Michael Jeans.
Michael Jeans making his way up to 7th already.
And we all know how good Michael Jeans is with making his way back through the field. I mean, he proved that a couple of races ago.
He is, and we are closing in on 25 to go. Not there yet.
Oh, big error push for Michael Jeans, and he's dropped back again.
I have to think, guys, that this race might stay green the rest of the way.
Okay, so we're going to have Frenchie borrow Ray Black Jr.'s private jet and fly to Marietta, Ohio, and hunt you down.
As long as it takes the heat off me, I don't care.
Oh no, you're stop number 2 on that flight plan.
Oh crap!
I'm still postulating that Frenchie wants a long run. I mean, that first run, he really made up a lot of ground. He had a really solid run towards the end of it. I think he just wants it to go greener longer.
You're postulating or prognosticating?
Both.
Fair enough. Oh, we gotta love SAT words, folks.
Oh, we can't. I can't help but think that these guys battling for second place, they're just letting Garrett Maines just scamper away from these guys.
Well, they kind of have to, battle a little bit here, because either way, they're not reeling in Garrett Maines at all. So if this does stay green, their only hope is Garrett Maines comes back to them.
Or somebody wrecks and they all come back to each other.
Again, that's Kevin Paskowich, P.O. Box OU 812, Marietta, Ohio 8675309.
Yes.
Oh god.
I mean, it's, this track is a really hard track. It's a driver's track, and I wonder if it weren't for the fact that NASCAR owns it, if it would even be on the NASCAR schedule at all.
Well, it's a completely different track in the daytime as it is at night. And if you take a look at when the race, the NASCAR race happens here, it's under the lights. All 3 series run under the lights here. So
that's true.
It is a completely different track at night. Right now, you're talking 105-degree track temperature. So these cars are getting a little skaty.
That is very true.
I mean, will they have to make another pit stop for tires before this race is out?
Nope.
Kind of think so.
And that ends Michael Jean's night.
I have no clue what happened there, guys, but it looked like it hurt.
Actually, we were watching that live when it happened. Jeans got into the back of the 05 of Zach Brew, and Andy DeLay caught 2 race cars to the face.
So, Andy DeLay, the Terry Adams of RTFT.
True story.
And Michael Jeans is not happy at all.
Well, let's watch what happened. Oh, Zach Brew was throwing blocks down the back straightaway. That's what he's unhappy about. And they got to turn 3, and yeah, understandably so. Let's watch that again from the chopper here. We're backing it up. Here they are going into 1 and 2. Jeans with a run. You see Andy DeLay behind him. That's Zach Brew in the 05. They're coming off of turn 2, and Brew goes up, Jeans goes down, Brew goes down, and they just met going into turn 3. And Zach, it just, wow.
Ronnie Osmer overshot his pit box, and Dustin Ping has won the race off pit road. Oh, Ronnie Osmer was right there with Garrett Maines as well. So, Dustin Ping, did he take 2?
It looks so. So this could end poorly.
Yeah. I mean, if he didn't learn from Dustin Dean's mistake, then I'm pretty sure he's going to learn by himself right now.
Well, the question
and they are
is...
wrecking under caution, guys. 21 car just wrecked 07.
Again. This is the second or third time that these two guys have gone at it like this.
Ray Black Jr. came up the track onto him. I don't know why he did that, but that was actually caused by Ray Black Jr. coming up the track.
Yeah, let's watch that again. Well, let's back that up a little bit here. So there's the 21, there's the 07 in front of him. There's a shot from the 07. Black Jr. goes down the track to try to get away from him. Yeah, that was... I don't know what the heck's going on with those two, but good grief. So, you are watching a presentation of the Bofa Broadcasting Company. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
And we currently have 13 people watching right now. So, guys, just leave a like if you like, and if you like what you see, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button, and also click the bell for any notifications of when we next broadcast.
We have a bell?
Yes, we do.
It goes
Somewhere.
jingle, jingle, jingle.
It's next to the subscribe button.
Fair enough.
All right, guys. So Dustin Ping is taking the outside on this restart. This could be interesting.
What could possibly go wrong? As AKP, what did you point out to us last time? When we had a restart?
3 of the chasers are lined up nose to tail.
Again.
And
the car who's giving the restart only took 2 tires. Again. Oh.
Guys,
he's claiming that his lefts are in good condition though. 97%, I think he said they were. So it might not be that bad off.
I don't know what he's using because iRacing has blocked every program that lets you have live tire telemetry.
I'm not sure. As Melissa Liguri has finally taken her car behind the wall.
Wow, that car was more screwed up than Hogan's Ghost. You know, previously is.
You know, I've not heard you say that saying for a while.
Well, I haven't had to.
Green. Right off, guys.
And there we go. No games being played. Pace car twitches and Ping pulls the trigger. Now the question is, what's going to happen when and or if Garrett Maines can get to him?
I think Ping's going to give it to him.
Oh, and Osmer's into the wall hard.
Oh, no. Michael Jeans is around again.
And we stay green. And it's like
Wow,
Brent Kuhl may have eaten the rear corner of Osmer's car as well. It looks like there's some nose damage on the 004.
As there goes Garrett Maines to the fighting for the lead, and he's got the clear by the looks of things.
And there it goes.
Oh,
Justin Ping is around. Oh, and Robert Hill Jr. kills him. Hypothetically. And Ray Black Jr. is in the grass as well for good measure.
So here we are watching Robert Hill Jr. see what happened there. Just nowhere to go and just clobbers the 9. Good grief. What?
That was eerily similar to...
that car
Frenchie's.
just got sideways on its own. And Frenchie just dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, that hit from Robert Hill Jr. was eerily similar to what happened to Frenchie last week. When he got T-boned.
Actually, I take that back. Frenchie didn't dodge the bullet. Look at the left side of that car.
Yeah, that's screwed up.
Oh, man.
I mean, Garrett Maines must be thanking his lucky stars right now because all of the chase contenders behind him are falling like flies.
So now the big question is, guys, did Frenchie use his fast repair?
I don't know, but I think we're about to find out. Is Robert Hill Jr. taking it pit side? Frenchie taking it pit side? David Bigger taking it pit side? Hosmer going pit side? Michael Jeans going back pit side? The thing is, who has used their fast repairs and who has not?
Who's left on the lead lap and who isn't?
I think he's already used it because I've not seen the car change at all.
Well, we're about to find out. 4 tires for Pelletier. 4 tires for Osmer.
I think they both used him, guys.
Well, I can tell you in a second here. Nope. Frenchie just used his fast repair there.
Oh, wow.
All damaged fixed on the Golden Cube 19.
The thing is now, when they come to the restart, Garrett Maines has got one hell of a cushion to those 2 guys. So
He does, but they've
All
got
tires.
fresher tires.
yeah, I mean Frenchie and Ronnie are going to have to do some driving for these last few laps now, and they're going to have to drive it well.
They are. And so you got Garrett Maines in first, Jonathan Medeiros in second, Andy DeLay, Officer Andy DeLay, up into third. So, and I said it on your Facebook page, Andy. It is No Shave November. You're a rookie, my friend. But thank you for your service, officer, and stay safe out there, my friend. But Butch Frazier currently sitting in 4th, Brent Kuhl in 5th. Pelletier is going to start in 6th. David Bigger in 7th. Ronnie Osmer in 8th. And then Osmer is the last car on the lead lap. Zach Brew, the first car, 1 lap down in 9th. Robert Hill Jr. still in the pits. Then you have Michael Jeans 2 laps down, and that car is tweaked.
And he needs a miracle like the one Jonathan Medeiros nearly got last week.
True story. So lights go out on the pace car. We are going to get the restart with 11 to go.
11 laps to decide our champion. This is gonna be fun, guys.
And as far as we've seen, it looks like Jonathan Medeiros might have a little bit of damage on the... Yes, he does. The front end of that car has a little bit of a crinkle to it.
Yeah, he did get slightly tagged by Dustin Ping when he was trying to control the spin on that. What caused that last caution?
Fair enough. So, the field working its way down the back straightaway as we again are going to get the restart with 11 to go, and it's between Maines, Pelletier, and Osmer on the lead lap. Michael Jeans, currently in 11th, 2 laps down, needs a miracle to pull this one out.
And with 11 laps to go, that's probably looking unlikely. As away they go. And again, more shenanigans caused by Dustin Dean in the middle of the pack. He's effectively pushing David Bigger across the line for some reason. Probably because David Bigger didn't go, but you know.
So Andy DeLay side by side with Jonathan Medeiros. That's your battle for second right now. And Zach Brew tagging the wall. Osmer and Pelletier making some moves. They're already up to, looks like 4th and 5th respectively, and digging for more.
Ronnie the one on the move though, because he is just pulled away from Frenchie. Trying to get the outside line to work on Andy DeLay, and he's right behind Jonathan Medeiros as well, so he wants it. Question is, can he get it?
Well, they both know it's go time, so they've got pressure tires by almost 6 laps to the good. You know, so they're able to make some moves in traffic that some of these guys on some slightly older tires might not be able to make. You know, as we saw Osmer keep it wound up on the high side and get it to stick there earlier. Looks like Pelletier going to try to make the same move. Saw what Osmer did the previous lap, and DeLay just going to have to let him go. So Pelletier able to keep it wound up. Now has the draft from Osmer. That's 3rd and 4th. Garrett Maines, a second to the good over second place, Jonathan Medeiros. As Osmer catches the apron, has to back out of it a little bit. That lets Pelletier close in on him. We are 8 to go right now. Going to be 7 to go this time across the stripe. Maines still a second to the good.
I'm thinking if Ronnie Osmer and Frenchie need to have any kind of a shot at Garrett Maines, they need to get past Jonathan Medeiros. But if they keep fighting like they are now, they're not even going to have a chance of getting past him right now.
I'm going to say, guys, the only way Garrett Maines isn't going to win this one
and
is if he,
there it is.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
There's your race, ladies and gentlemen.
There's your championship.
Let's see what the chopper picked up on that one. Pelletier had to chase it up the hill. You watch him get loose in the middle of 1 and 2. There's the twitch right there. And he's just chasing it up the track. And unfortunately, Osmer had a little bit of a run. Andy DeLay catching a race car to the face. And I believe that's going to be our race, ladies and gentlemen.
I believe that's going to be our championship. It's going to take a hand of God moment to stop Garrett Maines from winning this now. Because those 2 cars are going to have to get some significant repairs to even get close to that guy now.
Well, the problem is both drivers have already burned their fast repairs.
Which is even worse.
So,
Andy DeLay smoking as well, so I'm guessing he was caught up in that.
Well, the thing is, I don't think we're going back green.
We had this dilemma
6
last
to go,
week.
coming to 5 to go. I think we're going to get a green-white checkered for all of the marbles, guys.
Well, we had this situation last week, and it was 6 to go when the caution came out. So I'm thinking 1 lap dash.
So green and white on the same lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a possibility. So
I'm trying to figure out what the 25 car is doing. He's smoking everybody out right now.
He's on the lead lap, so I'm guessing he's waiting for the pit road to open.
Pits are already open.
I'm not sure then. This is gonna. It's been an interesting race. I'll give it that.
that's one way to put it.
Garrett Maines has like controlled this race from start to finish, and
I was gonna say, I mean, this has been dominating, guys. He's led all but maybe like 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah, and barring any kind of major mishap, disconnection, or anything like that, I think he's got this championship sewn up. And I feel bad for saying that because Frenchie and Ronnie have been battling it out hard all evening, and for it to end that way, it's just a bit heartbreaking for those two.
Very much so.
Same for Michael Jeans too. He's tried his hardest, but been caught up in other people's dumpster fires, and that's how it's ended his race tonight. So unfortunate, but yeah, good news for Garrett Maines. He's done what he needed to do tonight.
So currently 4 to go. And as of right now, it's Maines, Medeiros, Delay, Cool. Pelletier back on pit road. Just coming off pit road now. Bigger just coming off of pit road. Osmer, well, just off of pit road. Butch Frazier. Zach Brew in 9th, rounding out your lead lap cars. Then you've got Dustin Ping 2 laps down, Michael Jeans 2 laps down, and Andy Delay taking it pit side this time, as is looks like Michael Jeans going back pit side. So not sure what all is going to happen here, as we are now 3 to go.
Lights are out.
And the lights are out on the pace car. So we are going to get a green-white checker. And, you know, as the saying goes, this is for all the marbles. So, you know, the question is, if you're Ronnie or if you're Frenchie, do you try to push the start?
I think you've got to. I mean, they got to do something. I mean,
I won't say outright jump it, but you've got to. And as much as Ronnie's backing off of Jonathan Medeiros, I'm thinking that might be what's going through his mind right now.
I personally can't see. I think whatever they try to do now is going to be in vain, because look at Ronnie's car. He's just way too much damage on his car. I don't think he's got the speed.
Well, we've seen him drive worse, and
true.
As the pace car getting ready to duck on in, make sure that I'm live.
I think Garrett Maines is going to go.
I mean, as last week proved, anything can happen on the dying laps.
There it is. They're 3 wide.
Ronnie's got no speed in that car, and he's falling like a stone. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and Garrett's gone.
Yeah, Garrett has just checked out. And that's the race.
No, David Bigger keeps it going.
How? He was upside down.
I'm not sure.
How is that not a caution?
He's took it down the escape road now, and he's...
Good grief. So white flag out.
But Frazier's around.
The white flag's out, so that's it.
Frenchie's up to second. But I don't think he's got enough time to catch him.
Butch Frazier's got that car straightened out, smoking right now. Garrett Maines enters the 3-4 complex, unless he steps on his own junk right now.
Garrett Maines is your RTFT Pro Series champion.
Man. Francois Pelletier gave it everything, guys, but came up a lap short.
One lap, well, more than 1 lap short, but looks like Butch Frazier just twiffed an engine. So let's see if we can find Garrett again. And all hell is breaking loose. What the heck just happened?
I don't know. It looked like Michael Jeans got into somebody and then he hit the wall and stuck there.
Yeah, Zach Brew.
Oh no! Butch Frazier just hit the wall and took out Ronnie.
Yeah, Michael Jeans just 145 miles an hour into the back bumper of Zach Brew, and then accidentally bounces off Dustin Ping, and then just wedges the car into the safer barrier.
Everybody giving Garrett Maines the congratulations bumps.
Absolutely. But I'm still trying to find Garrett, so bear with me, folks. Where the heck did he go?
I've got him. I'll bring him down.
Okay, please do.
I can't because I don't have permission.
I got him. I just found him.
User was moved to your channel.
So, Garrett Maines, the class of the field tonight, able to hang on. Talk us through that worrisome moment that you had earlier in the race. What was going on with the 21?
All I can say is which one, really. That whole incident threw kind of like the emotional curveball. Like, what the heck am I going to have to do to survive this? But
well, do you have any idea what that was all about? Because, you know, we saw him bump you off of turn 4, bump you again off of turn 2, and then just bombed it into 3 and, you know, basically attempted to virtually, end your race.
yeah, I mean, he said he didn't mean to do it. That's why he laid off me, and I'm very thankful he did. That was a graceful crash. I could have blown my motor in that incident. It could have really cost me a lot more than it did. I'm glad I saved it. But the whole thing, I think it goes back to last week. I made a mistake on the last lap. I was just trying to move him up just a hair. And the way I caught him in the bumper, I guess, something happened with connection. And it got him looser than it should have. I don't really know. But I think it all goes back to almost, what happened last week is almost like a payback situation.
Well, fair enough, but you were able to hold on, you were able to maintain, leading the most laps tonight. You led all but I believe 4. I don't have the standings in front of me. As second place in points, Francois Pelletier coming up to give you a celebratory here. So let's go ahead and bring second place finisher and runner-up in the playoffs, Mr. Francois Pelletier, joining us in the booth with Garrett Maines. This is 2. You do simultaneous burnouts on the front stretch there. Frenchie, talk us through the emotion of tonight.
It was great race. I mean, it didn't start out that great for me, and the number 19 Gold Cube Toyota, we ended up, I don't know, just something wasn't right right at the get-go, and I ended up starting 6th, going down to 14th, and had to battle back. And from there on, we had a really good car and felt good. And we had nothing for Garrett. He was on rails most of the night, and real tough to pass and real tough to catch. But other than that, was real happy to come in second and try to defend my title, and I'm glad he won it.
Now talk us through that little melee that happened with about 10 to go with you and Ronnie Osmer. Did you have to? It looked from the chase cam that you had to chase the car up the hill.
No, I was letting it go up the hill because at the time my spotter said clear, clear, and it said it like 3 or 4 times, and I thought, okay, I'm good. And as soon as I, started going, I don't know whether I think he said that when I asked him, he said it was clear too, so he kept on the throttle. And for some reason, I took him out, and I felt so bad. I mean, I was going by the spotter, the digital spotter, so it's one of those things.
That's racing.
Yep.
But you won 2. Garrett winning what I believe is essentially going to be the last championship for the RTFT, officially as RTFT. as we move forward into 2018 with new ventures coming on board next season. Any words to the new champion?
No, if Garrett's listening, he did a strong year, real strong year. He's a young guy, and he's got a big future ahead of him. And, you know, some of us old guys, this is all we do. We can't get on the track, so we're looking forward to him, you know, making his way into the higher ranks and getting into NASCAR, hopefully. And, but, yeah, he's definitely proven himself on here, and it's a real honor to race against him.
Garrett, thoughts?
Yeah, I appreciate the kind words there, Frenchie. It's been quite the season. It's a lot of fun. I look forward to running the season or the series every week. It's, you know what, it almost keeps me wanting to run the fixed series. Pretty much gives me, you know, the edge to go on for the rest of the week. So I've really appreciated, you know, running with you guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Yep, look forward to next year, and the open seasons will be a lot more fun. Looking forward to it as well with the new sponsorship and things up ahead. Should be good.
Yes, sir.
Well, gentlemen, you know, thank you for everything that you've both done. You know, congratulations again, Garrett, for winning the championship this season. Like Frenchie said, it was hard fought, and you were usually one of, if not the car to beat every time you took to the track that we could see. If Sam, KP, if I'm wrong, you know, tell me.
No,
not at all, man.
Definitely right there.
Yeah, see, the advantage with him is he's always the car to beat, and I'm the underdog, so I had to fight tooth and nail to get up there to chase him. So, you know, I made it to the chase. I made it to the final round without winning one race, and I was hoping tonight I'd do a repeat of last year and win the only last race of the season, or at least be up front. And I did my job. I finished second, just to the wrong guy.
Well, you basically to help me out here. Ryan Newman, the championship, Frenchie.
You got that right.
Pointed your way into the playoffs. Coming into the last race at Homestead Miami, came up one position short. You know, Garrett Maines is now your Kevin Harvick.
Okay, another year will come.
So, you know, that being said, let me just you know, it is what it is. I'd like to bring Dustin Dean into the booth right now. Has anybody got any objections to that?
No, that's fine.
Oh, let's hear what he has to say.
So, joining us now, Dustin Dean. Dustin, it was a scary moment to watch up in the booth as you and Garrett kind of got together there about mid-race. Give us your take on what took place.
Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, you know, going back to last week at Martinsville, I felt like, you know, if he wanted to touch me and move me or whatever, that's one thing, but to get into me and get me sideways and ultimately spin me around, you know, that's a whole different thing. And so, yeah, I was honestly wanting to get up there and mess with him a little bit. I wasn't planning on wrecking him. I was just going to race with him a little bit and make him a little nervous. But then, you know, going into turn 3 one time, he went real low, and then he slid right up in front of me. And I just, you know, I made a split-second decision where, you know, I said, all right, well, you know, if that's how it's going to be going back to last week and then this, you know, I didn't want to completely take out his chances to win, but I wanted to get him in the wall a little bit and let him know, you know, that's not how I like to be raced. And so that's what that was all about.
So you're looking.
I didn't mind if you did, though, Dustin. I would have appreciated if you did, just so you know. Yeah, I might as well be honest.
Thanks, Frenchie.
You know.
Okay, the real reason was because I did it for Frenchie. That's what it was.
But no, you were like I was kind of figured you were looking to just rattle his cage. You weren't looking to really wreck him. To borrow a quote from the late great Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Right. No, I told him that after I wrecked him. I told him, I said, Garrett, you know, I wasn't trying to take your chances away of winning the championship. That's not what I was trying to do. I when I wrecked him, I even backed off a little bit so I didn't plow him into the wall. I wanted him to keep the lead. I still wanted him to win, and I told him that. But I did want to let him know that, hey, I don't like being raced like that. And I'm sure some people could say that about me, that I've done the same thing. But just in that moment, I didn't feel like he was really racing me appropriately there.
Fair enough. So, well,
now that being said, I am looking forward to next year with a clean slate and open setups.
Clean slate, open setups. Let me see if I can. There's one name I'm looking for. Let me see if I can find him here. And unfortunately, it looks like he may have left already.
Who's that, Garrett?
No, I was looking for Mr. Delay. But
he's in the owner's office.
He's in the owner's office. Okay.
Error.
Oh no, he's not.
No, he's not. He was, but he's not. So
User was moved to your channel.
We are going to go to league owner Mr. Taylor Burris. Taylor, can we get your thoughts on the final race under the RTFT banner for the season?
Honestly, guys, this was the best race overall.
User your channel.
You know, great racing action, lots of drama.
User joined your channel.
And by far an excellent way to close the door for RTFT.
I agree.
Well, absolutely. And joining us now, the driver who rounded out our podium, Mr. Jonathan Medeiros, and the guy who basically had, if it wasn't for bad luck tonight, he wouldn't have had any luck at all, Mr. Michael Jeans, both joining us now. Gentlemen, I got to say, I was very impressed with the entire Blackadder's Motorsports program this season. With how you guys carried yourselves both on and off the track. And Michael, heartbreaker for you tonight, getting caught up in an incident earlier. Can you tell us? And please do remember, this is a PG, at least PG-13 stream, and we've already used our one F-bomb tonight. Can you tell us what was going on after the checkered flew going into turn 3?
Hey, can I interrupt there? I watch this broadcast all the time. It's not PG-13 there.
Okay, we try to keep it PG-13.
But you got me in the broadcast booth with you, so it's definitely not PG-13.
True story. Okay, but let's try to keep it below NC-17. Let's at least try that. But what was going on, Mike?
Oh, I got destroyed a couple of times during the race. Just somebody being stupid over something that didn't matter. But I knew that was coming tonight. I come into that just hoping to stay up front and stay away from that one particular driver. And I messed up coming to pit road on the first pit stop, I guess, and put myself in that position to get taken out. So, yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it. Some people some people are just how they are.
Fair enough. But yeah, it definitely made for good television. And joining us now, the fourth playoff contender, Ronnie. Walk us through that final the final restart. You basically, I don't know, did you spin the tires? Did the car just not go? What took place there?
The damage I incurred from the accident I had with Frenchy heavily hurt my car. So I pretty much told people, my car's hurt. I just want to finish this season out with the senior checker flag. So I gave the outside open so people didn't get by flag.
Fair enough. Fair enough,
That's
sir.
my bad, Ronnie. I feel bad for that. I could have swore my spotter. Well, I know he said clear, and I thought I was, so I do apologize.
It's racing. It's no biggie when you have a high line track and a low line track.
All right. Well, I believe that's going to pretty much put a cap on this one. Anybody got any closing words to say? I know we're all looking forward to to 2018 and the new venture with the open setups and everything else that's coming forth. That's going to be, I believe, announced coming up here. Taylor, you got anything else you want to share as far as what 2018 is going to be bringing?
2018 is bringing 3 series, bringing the trucks, Xfinity car, and the Cup car. All, of course, open setup. It's going to be a mix of different configurations of tracks, as some of the cars, if we're returning to a oval twice, instead of running that oval a second time, we may run the road course configuration. So it's going to bring in some challenges for some of these drivers. Hopefully it'll bring in some excellent competition. More professional drivers from the NASCAR series, IMSA, SCCA are also considering joining us next season. So you never know who might show up come next season in the e-auto racing series.
So RTFT is going to the sidelines, and the e-auto racing series is going to be taking over.
Correct.
Well, now Denny Hamlin shows up, we might have an issue.
Well, if it's Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott, then yeah, that might be an issue.
No, we'll just send
It would just look like where we did tonight.
Well, that would be. I know French. I know Frenchie and KP will get this reference, but it'll basically turn into a rendition of Crash Car, I believe.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think Dustin. I think I was Denny Hamlin there. I don't know. I bumped Zach last week, and he decided to destroy me tonight. So it happens. It happens everywhere. All good. We'll move on to next week or next year, and it'll be over.
No.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be a Kyle Busch and Joey Logano situation.
You're not wrong. And come to think of it, it was at the same track that the Hamlin Elliott issue happened at. But anyways, moving forward, Taylor, you did mention to me that there's going to be, I believe, an Allstar race coming up.
Yep, there is a plan for an All-Star race coming up. This is open to all RTFT winners who have won a race within our 3 seasons that we've run. Haven't made it picked quite a date yet. Probably will be in sometime in January when we'll run this race as kind of a preseason preliminary All-Star Open event.
And if our memory serves me correctly, you did mention something about drivers having to put tear-offs on their helmets for that event.
Yep, we are considering possibly running this event on the dirt tracks.
So if that does happen, the 3 members of the current announced team are going to be invited to that, right?
Of course.
As drivers, right?
Yes.
Whee! All right, fair enough.
I could sub in the broadcast booth for one of you guys, you know.
Well, we could do that, but I'll consider.
I was going to say the first ever in-car broadcast, guys. Let's go.
Hey, why not? What the hell?
Bring you real close to the action.
Yeah, the only problem is I use normally in a 50-car race with a heavy track, I only use about 3 tear-offs a race. So you're going to have the broadcast, if it's on the dirt tracks, with just a mud-caked helmet. So, yeah, that should make for good television. All right, so KP, Sam, it's been real. It's been fun. We finally got through the season here. Any thoughts from you guys?
It's been one hell of a season. I've enjoyed the roller coaster ride that has been RTFT Pro Series. I mean, we've seen so many different winners, so many different track configurations. It's just been one hell of a season, and for it to end tonight in such a grand scale, I think the thanks has to go to Taylor Burris for putting on such a fantastic league and recruiting such a fantastic bunch of drivers. And I look forward to seeing you guys next season.
And on behalf of the entire Bofa Broadcasting Company, Taylor, I do want to thank you and your team for letting us bring your races to the masses this season.
And thank you guys for sending it out there and working with us.
Well, it was our pleasure. It was fun to be able to broadcast these races with my friends. KP and Sam normally when we're in the other league that we do things for, I'm usually up in the booth alone. Sam was bouncing back and forth between a driver and in the race control booth, and KP was a driver. So, I never got to have these moments with my friends just in the broadcast booth enjoying watching a race together. So, thank you for giving me that opportunity. And, looking forward to, having the opportunity to possibly work with you folks in the future, as we move forward towards 2018, should that take place.
Of course.
Any final words from our champion?
He went to bed.
I know, I'm still.
He's got to go to school tomorrow.
Whoa.
Anyway, just thank you guys for such a great season. Looking forward to what the future holds.
Awesome. Good job tonight, Garrett.
Thank you, Frenchie.
Congrats, Garrett.
All right,
Thanks,
so
guys.
that is going to do it here from Homestead Miami. This has been a presentation of the RTFT Allstar Racing League, brought to you by the Bofa Broadcasting Company, the other BBC. For Mr. Kevin Maywood Paskowich, for Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, this is Tony Trapasso saying, we'll see you in the funny papers, folks.
Bye.
Happy holidays, everyone.